your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on fighting. And together, we will make America great again.
Ay, 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 por Dios. Yo voy a votar por Donald Trump. Repítelo. Ay, 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 por Dios. Ay, por Dios. Yo voy a votar.
I will vote for Donald Trump. ¿Qué? I am no criminal. I am no criminal.
This Latino is very upset. That's because he voted for Trump, thinking, as he says, that the Trump administration was going to be better for our economy. The problem is, he's a business owner. He owns a detail shop. 100% of his clientele are Latinos. Latinos are the ones affected by this administration, whom he voted for. Classic FAFO. Because he voted Trump thinking that Trump was going to save somehow with a magic wand the economy. But his clientele is primarily Latino. How are you going to vote for Trump knowing that Trump is going to come after your whole clientele? So now he comes to TikTok with sobbing eyes saying that with a heavy heart, he's going to shut down his business because no Latinos are bringing their vehicles to get them detailed because they can't get out of their house afraid that ICE is going to come get them. My question is, did you think this through, sir? Did you think this through? You're a business owner. 100% of your clientele is Latino, and you're going to vote for the one guy that's going to destroy your own business. So I'm going to hold a moment of silence because his business is shutting down. He says that in 60 days, he's not had one client bring their vehicle to get a detail. No, they're not. They're not, because they're too afraid of leaving their home. Yeah, they're afraid. They're looking over their shoulder because of people like you. Yeah, see? So you want Latinos to be hurt by this administration, but you still want them to come and serve you and help you grow. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I'm going to hold a moment of silence for you closing your business, sir. Anyway.
Is a great policy. These foundations are poured ready to go, and we can't even start the construction on them. But we voted for the American dream, and unfortunately, right now, we're not seeing that.
For months, federal agents have been sweeping up workers at construction sites in South Texas.
ICE has raided us anywhere between 10 to 15 times throughout different subdivisions.
Now, work sites across the Rio Grande Valley have ground to a halt. And that's got some Trump supporters in this midterm battleground changing their minds.
These people would just show up to our job sites with no warrants, taking all our workers, even the workers with proper documentation.
Many who work in the construction industry here told us they largely rely on immigrant workers, some of whom are undocumented. DHS did not respond to the Times request for comment, but in a previous statement, it said these raids protect the nation's workforce.
I've supported Mr. Trump in every election that he's been a part of. We just never thought that this would come and affect us. We just never thought that this would come and affect us in the construction industry, but most importantly, affect our economy here in South Texas.
We are seeing a reduction of almost 60% of our volume on the residential side of our business. We applied for bankruptcy in December.
We saw a drop in sales of about $5.3 million. For 40 years, we had never laid anybody off, and until this happened, we were forced to.
And beyond construction, local businesses say fear is keeping shoppers at home.
And there's been a lot of loss of sales because of that. It killed us this year.
Construction is one of the main pillars to the economy here. Everybody's hurting.
In the Rio Grande Valley, two of President Trump's top priorities, the economy and mass deportation, are colliding. as ICE raids upend the construction industry.
The economic implications are huge. People who voted for Trump are no longer doing it because they can't afford to do it anymore.
For decades, the Rio Grande Valley, where more than 80% of the population is Latino, reliably voted for Democrats. Then in 2024, voters here swung further toward President Trump than almost anywhere else in the country.
You know, I think Democrats stopped showing up here. They took this community for granted, and so when Republican politicians showed up and made big promises, people took a chance. A year later, we're seeing those promises weren't kept.
The founder of Latinos for Trump was just deported by ICE.
I will vote for Donald Trump. Latinos for Trump and pro-MAGA journalist Mario Guevara was deported to El Salvador after spending 110 days in ICE custody. And more than a third of Hispanic Trump voters say they regret voting for him. You see what happens when you try to align with white supremacy and your skin ain't fully white? They get your vote, they were like, yeah, we got you, we fuck with you. And then once they have your vote, they're like, yeah, fuck you, we gonna deport you, we gonna deport your family. If you ain't legit, get the fuck out of my country. And now you guys finally learn, no matter how much you try to align with white supremacy, no matter how much you want to be like, I'm one of y'all, I even married a white woman, look at me, I'm next to y'all, oh, I'm a good boy, I'm a good blue collar worker, help me Donald Trump. They don't give a single fuck. They only look for you for your vote. Once they have that, they don't even see you as human. You was in ICE custody for 110 days, and you was advocating for this. You was one of the main people. You helped get him elected, and what did he do for you? He held you in custody for 110 days, then shipped your ass right back to El Salvador. So I hope it was worth it trying to align with white supremacy. But white supremacy is always gonna let you know that you ain't fully white if you ain't fully white.
My comment, I'm curious, are you a Trump supporter comment? Deleted. But why would she delete it, you ask? Let's do some research.
She looks at me and she goes, you need to speak English to work here.
Now I know you're asking, but Liz, it's not good to be racially profiled. Oh, no, absolutely not. I agree with you. You shouldn't be racially profiled. Before I feel some of that empathy, let's go look at her reposts. Let's click it.
Immigrant accused of murdering Lincoln Riley.
Fighting for her life, fighting for her breath. That happens across this country almost every day by an illegal alien. So I want those sanctuary city people out there saying they're going to push back on ICE. Listen to that and tell me, I just said President Trump wants to take public safety threats off the street. That's a priority.
So obviously it's horrible what happened to Lincoln Riley. But what you're saying is that we need to up ICE enforcement to get undocumented immigrants out. Okay. So you voted for Trump. You're voting for Trump and you're upset that you got racially profiled as a Latina. We need to be careful where we put our empathy at because she voted for this. This is exactly what she voted for. It was a white woman asking her, but do you speak English? Where do you think she got that confidence to be able to ask you that? Where do you think that came from? The person you voted for and is in office right now. All immigrants, doesn't matter if you were born here, are being discriminated and racially profiled because of the person you voted for. So you are upset that it's happening to you? What do you think it's happening to everybody else? So this was her repost when I made that comment. This was my comment that she deleted. I'm curious, did you vote for Trump? And now she has hidden her reposts. So she's confirming that she's a Trump supporter. So no, I don't feel sorry for you. And you got exactly what you voted for.
Regret voting for President Trump?
At that point in time, I think no, but now yes.
Okay, what happened?
It seemed like the right thing to do at the time for you.
I think so, based upon the data and what we were seeing and what we were being promised, it made sense.
Oh, promises made, promises broken.
And that has not bared itself out.
Jay Martinez is a Sacramento small business owner and 2024 Donald Trump supporter who says he voted with his pocketbook then and says the economy remains his biggest concern now.
And a lot of folks, other Latino men and folks that I know feel kind of politically homeless in a way.
For Martinez, besides the economy, the way the Trump immigration policy has rolled out has been another key concern.
There was a feel, and I think that Trump won 50% of the Latino men vote, particularly because we thought that there was going to be some sort of, common sense policy going forward.
Common sense.
Martinez called this ICE Sacramento Home Depot raid last summer an example of the problem for him.
It's just, that could have been my dad easily,
Gee, you didn't think about that before casting your vote? You went with the roaches for raid, chickens for KFC mentality. I mean, what did you think these signs meant? No lo entiendo? I mean, Jay, I really don't have much left to say to you except...
Raise your hand, come on!
But anyways, have the day you voted for. Bye.
Pero like Sylvia, aren't you a Trump supporter? Sylvia here went to a Trader Joe's to try to apply for a job. The manager took one look at her and said, "Do you even speak English?" Probably was thinking in her mind, you look Mexican. Are you even legal to work here? Sylvia? As soon as Sylvia got in her car, she made a TikTok trying to find a community of Latinas and Latinos to feel bad for her. And me, I was ready to fight. I was ready to go find out who this manager is. But I did some digging, and Sylvia is a Trump supporter. See, Sylvia, normally I would put up a fight. Girl, because I got a big mouth, except you support an administration that had the Supreme Court pass laws that make it legal for all Latinos to be racially profiled. You don't like it when it happens to you. It's okay when it happens to everyone else, but not to Sylvia Aguilera. What did you think was going to happen? You thought you were going to come to the internet, to TikTok, and find some empathy from Latinos? Te equivocaste. Because we don't support anyone that supports the administration that has treated our community like animals. You want our empathy, but yet you're the one that reposts videos that support ICE and this administration? And by the way, you quickly put your account on private. You don't have anything to say? After we find out that you're a Trump supporter, we have no empathy for Latinas like you. Latinas that are only Latinas when it's convenient to them, but not when it matters.
Did you see this video of this Cuban truck driver who was once very happy that Trump won, now upset that Trump's policies are actually affecting him? Listen.
Pero coño, con los trabajadores te están metiendo que tienen la licencia de nosotros de camioneros. Que llevamos 20 años, no hablo inglés. ¿Cómo me vas a quitar la licencia, amigo? Padre, ¿qué comen mis hijos? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? ¿Vender a Palestina? ¿Robar? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? No. Coño, compadre, piensa, tornemierda. Eres tremendo tronco de puta. Caballero, si se llama esto, hay que trancar el país completo, así como está ahora, mira, así. Pero en vez de carros, que sean camiones en todos los freeways, en todos los lugares, para que no puedan hacer esa ley. Esto es una cosa que está haciendo es para imputar. Coño, compadre, métete con los bandidos, con los trabajadores, compadre. Yo no hablo inglés, no puedo hablar inglés. Llegué tarde aquí, llegué mayor de edad, no hablo inglés. Hay que estudiar, yo sé que este país es inglés, pero no lo logré. Pero soy trabajador, coño. Entiendo todo el tráfico, entiendo todo el trabajo, pero no lo hablo. Horrible.
Oh, now, right? Now that these policies are affecting you? I don't know about you, but I was warning Latinos for Trump for years about how dangerous he is. And that was always the little smirk they had, thinking that they're smarter than you, that they know more than you. And now look at them. Now he wants sympathy because like, wait, I never learned how to speak English. I never got the chance to. Where's that same sympathy for the people who were in this country for 30 years and were never able to fix their status? Just like circumstances got in your way that you were never able to speak English, circumstances have gotten in people's way where they haven't been able to adjust their status. And if I may make a suggestion, I know a lot of Latinos for Trump don't read. I suggest the book Defectors. They also have it in Spanish. This book perfectly breaks down how Latinos were lied to by the right and why so many fell for Trump's lies. So yes, I think that we should unite and we should go protest. But sir, you cannot just go do that when something affects you. You need to go out there and fight for everyone's rights. I'm talking about, that's right, you got to go out to Black Lives Matter, you got to go out to LGBT, you got to go out and march for marginalized people. And also, you gotta do the work to get rid of all that stuff that you have inside that made you vote for Trump in the first place.
Oh my God, I will vote for Donald Trump. Remember that one? Remember Latinos for Trump? Remember that? Now they're getting deported, they're losing their jobs. Fuck you. You know what I call that? FAFO. As a matter of fact, these idiots, these Miami Cubans, these idiots left one dictator to run into the arms of another one. Now they're getting deported. As a matter of fact, there was one lady her kid was sucking on her titty and they came and took her away. Sucks to be you, FAFO. And you should have seen, she was on social media saying that, no, they got to deport other criminals and this and that. Bitch, they in their eyes, they consider you a criminal. But no, here's why I don't feel for her. Here's why I don't feel for her, because she's a selfish bitch, okay? Because it was all good until it affected her. No, it is. They let her in the door, but then she wanted to shut it behind her and not give anybody else a chance. Well, now, fuck you.
So we've all seen, as far as the inhumane ICE immigration crackdown that's going on. They just taking everybody, citizen, illegal immigrant, doesn't matter. They just harassing everybody. Now, one thing I am proud to report on is that there is one person, one brave woman who is in the Republican Party and is standing up against this inhumane treatment of people, bro, of people. And that her name is Ileana Garcia, okay? And I just want... What?
Hi, I'm Ileana Garcia, and I founded Latinos for Trump on the premise of how important it was for me to convey to the rest of the world that there are a lot of Latinos and Latinas supporting Donald J. Trump.
Well, this is awkward. This is what you voted for, boo-boo. What are we talking about? You had a whole campaign, freaking Latinos for Trump. What are we talking about? Now, the comedy is she's coming out talking about, they've gone too far. They're going to lose the midterms. You know what? I'm scared now for my son being pulled over. That right there, bruh. That's, ooh, these people, and I pray, okay, if you're an atheist, I would hope that you just are temporarily a person of faith, that we can both be in agreement that there is a hell for these people, that there is a special place in hell for these people. Because this is what I've talked about countless times. That these people don't care. They don't care until it impacts them. Unfortunately, that's most of Americans. Nobody cares until it impacts you. It comes at your doorstep. So while all these people were getting rounded up, while American citizens were being detained, okay, for no reason other than they suspect that you may not be here legally, when all that was going on, this woman didn't care, okay? She had Latinos for Trump, had no qualms about it. But now she's talking about, I'm afraid my son may get arrested or my son may be detained. Now she wants to come up and talk about, oh, this is horrible. Now you want to say something.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking I think you guys are, because I'm brown, I've never felt that and stuff like that, I'm also a minority. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? It's like, why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. We're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking crap, this is what the black community meant, and I kind of feel bad. Well, I don't kind of feel, I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. but it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much. And it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when, cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately, the black community and stuff. And I just want to say, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from, or at least I can, And so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are, regardless of the race.
Have you ever watched someone help build a wall, only to stand there in shock when the gate closes and realize they are on the side they never wanted to be on? Because when all is said and done, that is almost the entire story of the Latino movement supporting Trump today. They did not vote for him despite those harsh statements. They voted for him while convincing themselves that he probably did not mean them entirely seriously. Surely he is not talking about me. Do not worry. I am one of the good ones. I am one of the people who will be accepted. That is always how this kind of appeal works. The problem is other people. You are different. You are not like them. You will not be targeted. And for a while that belief seemed to work. The flags went up, the hats were worn proudly in the streets, people stood side by side at rallies, chanting the same familiar slogans. It created the feeling that you had been granted special membership in a club that, to put it mildly, was only reluctantly allowing you to appear in the group photo. That is the part I find so difficult to understand. Not necessarily because they are angry or disappointed now. What stands out is that so many of them seem genuinely surprised, as though there had never been any warning signs. As though large-scale deportation campaigns were part of a top-secret plan discussed behind closed doors, rather than something stated publicly and turned into a slogan for cheering crowds. And this is where things stand now. More and more videos expressing regret are appearing. The explanations keep coming as well, but each one sounds less convincing than the last. Somewhere, there is probably still a man with that flag hanging from the window of his pickup truck, watching what is happening to his neighbor and telling himself, that will never happen to me. I am definitely the exception. But my friend, there are no exceptions here. There never were. There are only those who realized early what they had placed their trust in, and those who are still waiting for that policy to arrive at their own front door. All right. That brings us to the end of another episode in the ongoing series called Latinos for Trump and the Journey of Facing the Consequences of Their Own Choices. It is a series that, unfortunately, does not seem to need a scriptwriter, because reality keeps producing a new episode every day. To keep watching campaign promises turn, one by one, into real-world actions, hit the subscribe button. At the rate things are moving, we probably will not have to worry about running out of material anytime soon. See you in the next video.